Right now, a man who used to live in Spokane and was long on the loose is in jail in Brazil. Find out what the U.S. is doing to bring him back to the States on 59 charges of criminal sexual misconduct.
Good morning, everyone. The second young man police believe is responsible for the death of World War II veteran Delbert Belton is back in court today. We'll tell you what to expect in just a few minutes.
And did you see this movie this weekend? Check out which ones made the top 5. It's time to wake up on the Wake Up Show on Monday morning.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day the Q6 way. It's 5 o'clock on a Monday. I want to say a special good morning to the people who wake up extra early and hit the gym at this hour. There are people working out right now watching the Wake Up Show.
I know. It's incredible, the people that, the folks that do that. We need to get in a routine like that. You know, 2 a.m. I wake up, hit the gym for an hour or so, get into work about 3:30.
Yeah, you know, we wake up early, but we don't wake up early and work out like the rest of you. So good job, a pat on the back. You're our inspiration.
Keeping up with those New Year's resolutions.
Yeah. We're into March now, and
I lost mine months ago.
If you're still doing that, good job. And speaking of March, we're getting a look now back at February as well. One of the warmest years ever, right?
Yeah,
or months ever.
8th warmest February on record, right around 39.6 degrees was our average high temperature, or average temperature, taking the lows and highs into account. And we're starting off March on the chilly side. Actually, you could see one of the coldest days, high temperatures that is, since February 2nd. You're looking at the current temperatures though across the region, upper 20s, low 20s, and teens once you get further east into western Montana, into Kalispell and Missoula. And it's going to stay fairly chilly out there today as we've got a cold front sweeping through the region and a few showers actually starting to pop up with a chance for snow in Spokane. I'll let you know when that's going to be coming up here in a few minutes. Clay?
All right, Ryan, thanks. Well, new this morning, a fire broke out at a home on Glass Avenue about 1 o'clock. This is what it looked like when we arrived on scene. There were 7 people in the home when the fire started. Everyone got out safely, including a pet. However, one woman was sent to the hospital. Fire officials say there's heavy smoke damage to the home. They say it could have started in a bedroom before moving to the attic. Today we expect to learn more about the fate of one of the young men who police believe is responsible for the death of Delbert Belton. Allison Flicker is joining us now to tell us what we can expect in court today.
Good morning. This morning we are standing outside of the Spokane County Courthouse, and that's because in just a few hours Demetrius Glenn will be in court. He is one of the young men police believe is responsible for the death of World War II veteran Delbert Belton. Take a look at this video right here. This is one of the last times that Demetrius Glenn was in court. We know that the other young man who police believed was responsible for this crime ended up changing his plea deal, and we know he has already been convicted and sentenced to time in prison. We also know a lot of you have been following this case very closely. Demetrius Glenn is one of these 2 men who police believe was responsible for beating Delbert Belton to death in North Spokane all the way back in August of 2013. As we come back out here to the courthouse this morning, we do expect him to be in court in just a few hours, and we wanted to let you know KHQ will have a crew here today covering this court case. We'll have the latest for you tonight on KHQ Local News at 5 and 6, and also online all day at khq.com. I'll send it back to you inside.
Right now, one of America's most wanted, a man believed to be in Spokane at one point, is behind bars in Brazil. This is 53-year-old Victor Arden Bernard, and he was wanted on 59 counts of criminal sexual misconduct. Each of those counts could carry a 30-year prison sentence. He's believed to be living in Spokane back in 2012. Bernard was the leader of a religious sect in Minnesota. According to the arrest affidavit, he used his position to have sex with girls as young as 12. The affidavit said that he told them that it was, quote, God's word that he sleep with them. Saturday night, Brazilian authorities and the U.S. Marshal Service confirmed that Bernard was arrested in Brazil.
They're all about 12 to 16 years of age, and as 2 of them were able to get out when they reached adulthood, and then one came forward a few years later, and that's when we initiated the investigation.
Bernard now faces formal extradition back to the United States to stand trial in Minnesota. Right now, protesters angry over the police shooting that left a man dead in Pasco say that they plan to continue with rallies every Saturday. A group of about 35 people marched down 4th Avenue and Court Street in Pasco Saturday afternoon in remembrance of Antonio Zambrano Montes, who was shot and killed by police. They chanted 17 blocks for 17 shots.
Through social media, we can keep this alive on a daily basis. We can reach more and more people, give more people a platform that they can discuss their concerns, their fears, or maybe solutions that they can think of. But the more people we have involved, the more we're going to be able to get done.
Protesters say that they'll be out in front of City Hall each day for as long as they have to be. Three autopsies have been performed on Zambrano Montes, each with different results. There are consistent results that show Zambrano Montes was hit 5 to 7 times, but they are not consistent when it comes to whether he was shot in the back. This morning, a man is dead after a confrontation with Los Angeles police on a city street. Officers found the man while responding to a robbery call. Reports say they tried to subdue him, but it didn't work. Police say he was shot when he tried to grab an officer's gun.
During that altercation, at least one less than lethal device, a taser, was deployed. However, at this time, we still do not know if that taser did strike the suspect. After that, the struggle continued and an officer-involved shooting occurred.
Investigators are now looking for video of the shooting from witnesses and nearby businesses. A new video has emerged reportedly showing the 3 teenage British girls on their way from Turkey to Syria to join ISIS militants. At the same time, we're learning more about another young British woman who has become a key recruiter for ISIS. The security video was made public this weekend, showing 3 girls at the Istanbul bus station 12 days ago. Authorities think that the 2 15-year-old girls and 16-year-old girl left London that day to join ISIS and that they were drawn in by a known recruiter. The recruiter is Aska Mahmoud, a 20-year-old from Glasgow, Scotland, who left her home in November 2013. Mahmoud's family lawyer says that there were no warning signs that she was going to join ISIS.
If the family had known, then they would have stopped her. She just simply got up one morning, was supposed to go to university, said goodbye to her family, gave everybody a hug.
Police believe that the 3 British girls are already in Syria. To a health headline this morning, Washington's deadliest flu season in 5 years is almost over, and right now we're getting a closer look at the number of people it affected. State health officials say that labs have confirmed at least 120 flu deaths since September. Only a fraction of those who die from the flu are actually tested for the virus. Lab reports say that 79 people died from last year's flu season. The CDC says that the flu vaccine was only 23% effective this year. They say next year's vaccine will be more effective because it will include this year's mutated strain. To consumer news this morning, we are in the heart of tax season, and that has many Americans thinking about what they will do with their tax returns. If you're getting money back from Uncle Sam, that extra cash can feel like a bonus. And according to the National Retail Federation, some will spend it, but nearly half of those expecting a refund plan to save it.
Economy improves, we think Americans are looking at that extra chunk of money that they're going to get from Uncle Sam as a way to save for their future.
Only 13% say that they'll splurge on a vacation. Another 10% plan to spend their return on a major purchase like a television or a car. Well, not only are the Zags taking names in basketball, they're also taking the #1 spot in something else. Gonzaga University is rated the #1 small college or university for alumni serving in the Peace Corps for the 3rd year in a row. Helen Lohman is the Associate Director of the Peace Corps. She'll be on campus today to help Gonzaga celebrate the recognition. She'll discuss the partnership with Gonzaga and its success in producing volunteers. The event is from 4:30 to 6 tonight. It's at the Junt Auditorium. It's free and open to the public. All right, let's go to Belltown, Washington now, where a truck driver found himself in a very tight spot.
Yeah, take a look at these pictures. The Enterprise box truck got stuck under an overpass Sunday afternoon. It took a few hours, but crews were able to wiggle him out. We don't know exactly how the driver managed to get stuck in the first place.
It's one of those where you just go, you feel bad for this guy when he's got to call his boss and say, okay, listen, here's what happened.
Wonder what he was doing.
I don't know. They just sometimes forget with those height restrictions. All right, a superstar's first movie in 2 years opened with mediocre results, but it was enough to claim this weekend's top spot in the theaters.
Very clever.
All right, now, attention is like a spotlight, and our job is to dance in the darkness.
Will Smith's Focus knocked out 50 Shades of Grey after 2 weeks on top. The con man drama earned about $19 million in its debut.
Words to live by. Try a pair. Your weapon scores are excellent, by the way. These you're familiar with?
All right, taking the second spot for a third week in a row was Kingsman, The Secret Service. The action comedy starring Colin Firth took in just under $12 million.
Hey guys, I smell Krabby Patties. I think it's this way.
And everybody's favorite yellow sponge, SpongeBob, isn't going anywhere. Taking third place this weekend, the animated comedy earned slightly more than $11 million in its fourth weekend of release.
All right, and then coming in fourth was 50 Shades of Grey. Rounding out the top 5 was The Lazarus Effect. Well, it is 5:11. You're watching The Wake Up Show, and coming up, your chance to win a pair of tickets to the Custer's 38th Annual Spring Arts and Crafts Show. Plus, Nicole has hot clicks.
Well, here in Spokane and the surrounding area, we haven't been able to enjoy the snow, but that doesn't mean other people across the country haven't. This is a 90-year-old World War II veteran. I'll show you what he did just a couple days ago. Good morning, I'm Lindsay Joy. Coming up tonight on SWX Tonight, it wasn't the senior day that the Gonzaga men's basketball team wanted, but still a very important senior class for that team. Coming up tonight at 10:30, we'll hear the full speeches from the senior day celebration from Kevin Pangos, Gary Bell Jr., and Byron Wesley. Plus, it is Selection Monday for the Whitworth men's and women's basketball teams. Find out where the Pirates are headed. All coming up at 10:30. We'll see you then.
Watch KHQ Local News and Ellen live or on demand on your mobile device by downloading the Watch KHQ free mobile app. You can now find SWX in HD on Comcast Channel 112 and over the air at 6-2. Also, these fine cable providers in your area. Plus, watch SWX, a free mobile app.
Well, it has not been the real thing, but it's definitely felt like spring for quite some time now. And the 38th Annual Custer's Spring Arts and Crafts Show is really getting us in the spirit. It features 300 professional artists and crafters from around the U.S.
That's quite a bit, and they're going to have everything from whimsical birdhouses, clay fountains, metal sculptures, and my favorite, garden gnomes. Those are the best porcelain features you can put in a yard. Plus, there's much more. There's something for everyone, and here's your chance to win a pair of tickets.
I love that you just put it that way. Yes, garden gnomes. They're wonderful. Okay, really so if you want to go, just be the 6th caller right now. Here's the number to call. It's 441-3310. Be the 6th caller, and you're going to the Spring Arts and Crafts Show.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it is. And speaking of spring, we're still a few weeks off, but man, so many people have just said it feels just like spring for the last month or so.
I know. Well, spring is really here to stay as we've got temperatures heading into the end of this week into the mid-50s. But right now, taking a live look over downtown, a fairly chilly start to your morning. It's 28 degrees at 5:17. Those winds fairly light out of the northeast at just 3 miles an hour. So what you can expect for your Monday, a chance for a shower and could even fall as snow mainly in the afternoon and evening hours. And then once the cold front passes through the region, it's going to get breezy as we head overnight with wind chills down in single digits, possibly low teens. And tomorrow will be our coldest high temperature that we will have seen since February 1st. We're talking low 30s to mid 30s only for our daytime highs, but after that a significant warm up as we head later on this week. So looking at your sky tracker right now, a few isolated showers coming down out towards Colville, not expected to be much as it is falling very light at this hour. We've kind of got a system that's splitting in two here. One area of low pressure well to our north with a cold front extending down to this second area with another cold front sweeping well down into the Pacific. It's splitting though once it gets over western Washington as high pressure is building in behind that, so we're going to see just a very isolated chance of a snow shower. Our jet stream right now starting to push a little bit further east. It's sweeping well out to our north, wrapping back around into British Columbia. By the end of the week, the jet stream going to be coming down into central Montana, and so we're going to see very warm southerly air with this ridge of high pressure right over the inland northwest. So we're talking low 60s even once you get into the Tri-Cities. So here's our futurecast. We put this in motion as we head towards the afternoon and evening hours. Here's 2 p.m. For this afternoon. Coeur d'Alene, some light snow showers here in Spokane. We could be seeing a little bit of rain. Even a rain-snow mix is possible. If we do see any snow, it will accumulate to about 1/10, maybe 2/10 of an inch, but a better chance of seeing accumulating snow once you get into Lookout Pass, western Montana, for about 1 to 3 inches. Now, once this passes through the region, expect the winds to pick up out of the north, and it's going to get a little bit breezy as we head towards Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. High pressure starts to build in behind that. It's going to be cold for Tuesday, but we're going to see lots of sunshine. Clear skies are back in the picture. We're going to be staying dry through the rest of the week. So today's planner, upper 30s once we head towards the noon hour, mostly cloudy skies. Just a very isolated chance of a shower, as I mentioned, later on this evening. A better chance, though, into western Montana, staying into the low to mid 30s. And a look at your planning forecast. Temperatures into the mid to upper 40s as we head towards Wednesday, Thursday, and we warm up as we head towards Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday. We're going to be into the mid 50s, and I mentioned the Tri-Cities, they're going to be nearing 70 degrees as we head towards the weekend and into early next week, and it's going to be staying dry, lots of sunshine.
Oh, that looks beautiful. And you said it's a chance of isolated snow showers today, and I said, what? Yeah. Like down here? We haven't seen that in such a long time.
I know, it's been a long while since we've seen any sort of accumulating snow. And also, too, turn back the clocks happen, or spring forward happens Saturday into Sunday morning.
Yeah, it's such a good reminder, especially since so many people have church on Sunday and they're like, wait, hold on, what? What time do we need to get there? We start warning you now, just so you remember.
A week in advance.
Okay, let's go to Nicole Mischke. Speaking of snow, you've got us covered when it comes to that, don't you, Nicole?
That's right. I've got a couple fun videos to share with you. Those of you who look forward to the snow each year, well, you haven't really been able to enjoy it. We kind of got gypped this year as far as the snow goes, but there are a couple people who have enjoyed the snow. I'm going to show you some videos. The first one is a 90-year young World War II veteran. He proves that you're never too old to go sledding. Watch this. A GoPro camera captured the moment as Claude Bratcher from Tennessee was pulled by an ATV. His adorable dog Smitty stayed by his side the whole way. Bratcher said he originally just wanted to watch his grandkids go sledding, but after seeing how much fun they were having, he had to try it himself. Pretty cute there. And on to the second video. In this video, an awesome dad built a homemade luge track for his kids to enjoy. Joseph Colangelo is who designed this cool track. The video has had almost 200,000 views in just a single day, so I think it proves that they're not the only ones who think that this would be fun. When I first saw this, Kalai and Ryan, the mom and me came out, and I was like, wait, this looks really dangerous. And then my husband was like, actually, that's probably safer than like jumping on a huge hill and like riding to who knows where. So maybe it, you know, kind of keeps them contained in that little, you know.
Well, Nicole, I thought the exact same thing. I said, okay, so he's feet away from the house, and then this thing ends in the parking lot?
Right, well, it's actually the backyard. So yeah, it looks like it could be like, where are they going? But it ends in the backyard.
Okay.
So, you know, it's probably not too dangerous there.
Okay. All right. I've got you there. I guess I'm with you. Yeah. And we just sometimes need the men and the husbands to talk us through and say,
he's contained to the luge. He's all right. Yeah. He's all right. Don't worry.
All right, Nicole, thanks. We'll see you in a little bit. Coming up in your Fast Forward segment, today is Read Across America Day, and it's Dr. Seuss's birthday. Find out what your children can expect at school. Looking ahead this morning in your Fast Forward, new information about Ebola. A Dallas nurse is now suing her employer after contracting Ebola from a patient last fall. The lawsuit against Texas Health Resources alleges that a lack of training and equipment was the cause, as well as violating her privacy. Well, today the Israeli Prime Minister is speaking at an annual gathering for America's pro-Israel community. It's called the American-Israel Public Affairs Committee. And the Prime Minister's visit is causing controversy. He was invited by Republican leader John Boehner without consulting the White House. And do you have a book nearby? If so, maybe you could celebrate by cracking it open. It's National Read Across America Day, a nationwide celebration of reading, which happens to fall on Dr. Seuss's birthday. Schools will honor Seuss through reading events across the country. It's 5:26, and here is a look at what you can expect for today when it comes to the weather. You're watching The Wake Up Show on KHQ.
He was very serious. He said, your daughter's had a very large stroke.
Right now, a community is rallying to support a Spokane teenager who had a stroke. Find out what her friends and family are doing to help. And Germany is making things a little bit more pet-friendly.
And service starts today for these big green bins. We'll tell you what you can put in these in just a few minutes.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day the Q6 way. You're watching The Wake Up Show. I'm Kalai Chalk.
I'm Ryan Overton, in for Sean Owsley and Leslie Lowe this morning. Sean's sleeping?
Yeah, they took a couple of days off, well deserved. They've been working really hard, so you got us today.
Holding down the fort. It's a little quiet around here.
Yeah, it is. You got to liven things up with your first weather. Let's see you do it.
Let's do that. All right, let's talk about what's going on. We started March off. Temperatures the last couple of days have been a little bit chilly, but don't worry, we're going to see them rebound. But first, we got a little bit of snow to talk about. You're taking a look at the sky tracker right now up towards Colville. Some isolated snow showers coming down, and they could even make their way here into Spokane. Yeah, so what a way to start off March 2nd. But don't worry, we're going to warm up through the rest of this week. Live look over downtown right now. Fairly quiet conditions. We're going to warm up slowly into the low 30s, but expect to see areas of snow this afternoon. But don't worry, spring is starting early, and we're going to talk more about that in a few minutes.
All right, way to liven it up. Thanks, Ryan. New this morning, a fire broke out at a home on Glass Avenue. It happened about 1 o'clock. This is what it looked like when he arrived on scene. At the time, there were 7 people in the home. Everyone got out safely, including a pet. One woman was sent to the hospital, though. Fire officials say there's heavy smoke damage in the home, and it could have started in a bedroom before moving to the attic. Right now, the community is coming together for one Spokane girl who nearly lost her life to stroke. Mackenzie Kapka went to Lewis and Clark High School. Right now, she's a freshman at the University of Montana. Kapka was feeling sick February 20th, but her dad got concerned when he put money into her account and never heard back from her. Well, her friends found 18-year-old Mackenzie after she suffered a stroke.
He was very serious. He said, your daughter's had a very large stroke. It's a big one. It's very serious. And he said it could very well end her life. So, sorry. So they said, you know, hey, she's 18. She's got that going for her.
You know, Lord, if you want her, thank you for the 18 years that we've had her. But we would love to have her a lot longer.
Mackenzie is a survivor. She continues to fight for her life right now, and hundreds of people have now reached out to the family. Mackenzie's father, Mike, lost his job this week. He was laid off by People to People. He says it was a blessing in disguise because he doesn't want to leave his daughter's side while she recovers. Right now, there's information on how you can help the family. If you're interested, it's on KHQ.com. Starting today, the city of Spokane is making it pretty easy for you to get rid of things like extra leaves or branches from your yard. Allison Flicker is joining us this morning to tell us how you can take advantage of the service.
Good morning. We wanted to let you know that service starts today for these big green bins. Take a look inside this one right here. We wanted to tell you what you're allowed to put in here. Any yard waste is very much allowed, even if you have your Christmas tree still in your house. Maybe you do, I don't know. That's certainly fair game for here. Also, take a look at this list. These are some of the other things you're allowed to put in these big green bins. You can put anything from meat to dairy products, coffee grounds, breads, and leftovers from your fridge. Also, food soiled papers are very much fair game. Things like grocery bags, egg cartons, and pizza boxes. We wanted to let you know that this service costs $14.99 per month. And again, it is a service that starts today and goes all the way through November. We also wanted to let you know if this was not something you wanted to get, the things that you would put in here, you can still take it to the waste to energy facility and they will take care of them for you. I'll send it back to you inside.
All right, Allison, thanks. And for more information on how you can get a green bin, if you don't already have one, if you need to get rid of that Christmas tree like Allison mentioned, all you need to do is go to SpokaneCity.org. We have a couple of crime trackers this morning. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office needs your help tracking down this man. His name is Daniel May, and he has 3 warrants out. 2 of them are for assault. He's described as 6 feet tall, 165 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. If you see him, you're asked to call law enforcement. And the North Idaho Violent Crimes Task Force is looking for this man. This is Brandon Trask. Investigators say he has a felony warrant for probation violations and is on probation for possession of drugs. Trask is 40 years old, 5'9", about 135 pounds. He has blue eyes and a shaved head. If you see him, you're asked to call police. And Post Falls police are looking for this man after he allegedly slipped his phone under a Walmart changing room door with a mother and 10-year-old daughter inside. Police say he was wearing a baseball cap and dark hooded sweatshirt at the time. Police say surveillance shows the man leaving the store and getting into his truck. Now take a look. Police say he drives a new black full-sized 4-door pickup with a suspension lift. They believe that the truck is either a GMC or a Chevrolet. If you have any information, you're asked to call the Post Falls Police Department. A South Carolina mother says that her 2-year-old daughter is the victim of cyberbullying. It all started when a picture of the little girl was posted on Facebook, and people immediately started poking fun at the toddler, who suffers from a rare genetic disorder. Myra Anderson was born with chromosome 2 duplication syndrome, a disorder that impairs her learning and mother skills. The 2-year-old's life expectancy is grim, but that doesn't stop Myra from being the darling of the family, which is why her mother was horrified when she learned that her daughter's photo had become an internet joke, which had gone viral.
I never thought in a million years that I would be sitting here trying to give Mariah's story like this because of the negative. The smile that you guys think is funny, or the smile that you guys are comparing to a leprechaun, the smile that you guys are comparing to all this disgusting things, like the things that you are saying about my child. She's not a monster. She's not fake. She's real. She is here.
The family hopes that the joke will eventually fade away and says that their time with Myra is all that matters. Dozens of people rallied outside the Russian consulate in downtown Seattle over the weekend to mourn the death of Boris Nemtsov. Nemtsov was an opposition leader and was killed in Moscow, Russia, Friday. Many think the assassination will create a bigger conflict now. In Moscow, Russia, 30,000 people marched to honor Nemtsov. Marchers carried photos of him, Russian flags, and signs saying that we are not afraid. Investigators are offering a $50,000 reward, but so far, no arrests have been made. A new pot shop in Pierce County is testing the limits of the law. The retail marijuana store is opening even though there is a county ban on retail marijuana sales. Sunday was the grand opening for the gallery in Parkland. It's an art gallery that just happens to sell marijuana. The shop's owners say that they are a legally operating business by state law. But Pierce County leaders said in a statement that they are meeting with the county executive and prosecuting attorney to consider their options. There was no attempt to shut down the opening. The gallery's owners are also in pending litigation as they fight to open stores in Fife and in Gig Harbor. To a consumer alert now. Identity theft is the most consumer reported crime 15 years in a row. But you can learn how to protect yourself right here in Spokane. Now, Spokane Cops crime victim advocate Cindy Shackelford will be speaking today, and you can hear victim stories and learn how to protect yourself. She's speaking at the Northeast Community Center March 2nd through 6th at 7 o'clock every night, and every night there will be a different focus. Well, late night drivers have probably seen the blinking traffic lights along Division indicating yield and stop, but soon those blinkers will be a thing of the past. This week, the city is transitioning back to regular signals, but they say there are upgrades in store. Now, starting tomorrow, traffic lights on Division at Garland, Queen, Rowan, and Central Avenues will no longer turn to flashers overnight. The new system will be able to respond quickly to cars and change the light for safer travel through the intersections. It will also improve safety for pedestrians since crosswalk signals have not operated during those flashing signal hours. Right now, investigators say a carpet cleaning powder is to blame for the deaths of 2 Lakewood, Washington pets. West Pierce Fire and Rescue say that the cat and bird were found dead when the man returned to his home Saturday. The brand of the powder has not yet been released. Well, a restaurant in Germany's capital is trying to make sure that every dog has its day.
This is an exciting story. Located in a popular dog walking spot, the Berlin Eatery says it's the first of its kind in the capital. A ban was recently put on canine companions, preventing them from being on certain walking paths in the area. The new regulations, however, along with the restaurant's proximity to this popular dog walking path, have been a big hit with patrons and their pups. But the new place is giving man and man's best friend the option of hanging out together.
People come here, they stop over for having a beer or a coffee or something like this. And now the possibility to have your dog next to your table eating with you at the same moment is perfect.
That guy's awesome, by the way.
People very excited about this, and not only can your dog come with you and enjoy a cold beer or hot coffee, your pooch can now even chow down by your side. I wonder if they have options for the dogs to eat.
Oh, I would assume so.
It kind of looks like it.
Yeah, but pretty neat, because I know so many people love their pets and they want to take them with them when they leave home, but they're not necessarily welcome in most restaurants, so it's kind of a cool thing they got going there.
I'm sure that'll be the next thing to come to Spokane.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Who
you
knows?
never know.
All right, coming up on the Wake Up Show, it's your chance to win a pair of tickets to the Custer's 38th Annual Spring Arts and Crafts Show.
And Nicole Michigan's got your hot clicks. That's all coming up next.
All right, this is so cool. A new form of transportation that could get you from New York to LA in just 45 minutes may be a reality much sooner than you might expect. I'll tell you when plans to build the Hyperloop are after the break.
This is it. Please let me know. If this ain't love, you better let me know. If this is it, I wanna know. If this ain't love, baby, just say so. You've been thinking, and I've been drinking. A long December, and there's reason to believe maybe this year will be better than the last. I can't remember the last thing
Well,
that
it might have been a long December, but I'll tell you what, the winter went by quickly, and we're talking about spring now. If you've got the feeling, we've got good news for you. It's the 38th Annual Custer's Spring Arts and Crafts Show, and it features 300 professional artists and crafters from around the U.S.
Yeah, from birdhouses, clay fountains, metal sculptures, garden gnomes, I'm sure plants, flowers, anything you could think of, indoor, outdoor, there's something for everyone. And here's your chance to win a pair of tickets to go to the art show.
Right, you can go on us. Just be the 6th caller right now. Call 441-3310, and you're headed to the show. Okay, it's 5:46. You're watching the Wake Up Show, and you know what's next.
Hot Clicks.
It's Hot Clicks with our girl, Nicole.
Okay, I am so excited about this, you guys. A new form of transportation that can travel at near supersonic speeds may become a reality in just a few years. Do you remember hearing about the futuristic Hyperloop? Here's kind of a picture of it. It's a solar-powered transportation network of above-ground tubes designed by CEO of SpaceX and Tesla Motors, Elon Musk. Look at this video here of how it might work. Airless vacuum tubes would transport individual capsules on frictionless tracks. Each capsule could carry 4 to 6 people, and this transport system could be built for 1/10 the cost of a high-speed rail system and 1/4 of the cost of building a freeway. You could get from New York to LA in just 45 minutes and China to New York in just 2 hours. That means you would be riding at speeds just under 800 miles per hour. And guess what? The company behind this, Hyperloop Transportation Technologies, they have confirmed that construction on the real-life Hyperloop will start in California as early as next year. It will be constructed in Quay Valley between San Francisco and LA, and this is not going to be a test track. This is going to be open to the public, and it just blows my mind that you would be able to do this. Now, of course, the one from LA to San Francisco would not travel as fast because you'd have to have a much longer track to reach those speeds, but you could still get between the two cities at just 35 minutes, they said.
So what do you mean it's not going to be a test track, it's going to be open to the public?
Open to the public.
It means real thing?
The real thing. From LA to San Francisco, anyone could pay for a ticket to take this as a way to get around.
Makes me a little nervous. We've tried the Concorde, we've tried other supersonic forms of transportation, haven't gone so well, and you know what they say, slower is always better.
Yeah,
Hey,
well,
that's
we
true.
did say at least if you crashed, you'd feel nothing.
That's true too.
Life would be over.
That's true
Painless
too.
death.
But here's the problem. I think I would want to try it once, it's been operating for 10 years or so.
Yeah.
But by that time, my kids are going to be teenagers, and they're not going to be as annoying, in the car or, being on those road trips, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, put your headphones on, relax.
For 45 minutes. It's nothing. No big deal. Jeez. Okay. It's 5:48, and it's now time for a look at the weather forecast.
Yeah, let's take a look at what's going on outside right now across the rest of the United States. Speaking of New York, all the way to San Francisco, we've got a very long jet stream with a very large system that is sweeping across the United States. Snow still coming down in the northeast. We've got rain into Palm Springs, Las Vegas, Phoenix, Los Angeles, even down into San Francisco, while we continue to stay dry here for now in Spokane. Look at the temperatures across the rest of the United States. 9 degrees in Minneapolis. They're still fairly chilly up in the northeast portions of the U.S. Along the east coast there. 30 degrees into Boston. It's already 75 degrees in Miami, the warmest spot right now, but a lot of single digits. Plenty of places still below freezing into Tulsa, Denver at 15, even Boise sitting at 32 degrees. A live look over downtown. Plus your weather headlines, a chance for a snow shower today, and it's going to get breezy overnight tonight. Cold front sweeping through the region is going to bring quite a bit of colder, drier air back into the region. So tomorrow we're going to see our coldest high temperature since February 1st. But don't worry, we're going to warm up pretty significantly later on this week. Winds have already shifted out towards Wenatchee out of the west. You can see it 7 miles per hour elsewhere out of the north. And here in Spokane, still coming out of the northeast. For now, it's going to be switching, though, as we go through the afternoon hours. We're taking a look at your HD Doppler 6 radar. If we zoom in a little bit on the Colville area, you can see some of these light snow showers coming down out towards Republic, just east of Bridgeport into Cooley City, mainly along Green Coulee Lake there, down towards Davenport. Going to start picking up into Deer Park, but they're going to be fairly light. Now we've got a ridge of high pressure that's going to start moving back into the region. That's what's going to give us such warm temperatures the next several days. We've got this cold front that's going to sweep through the area. You can see those clouds extending all the way down into northern California, and as it continues to move further east, well, cold temperatures, but don't worry, warmer air is going to start filtering back into the region. So here's your futurecast. If we put that in motion to this afternoon by 2 o'clock, a chance for some isolated rain and even snow showers from Spokane out through Coeur d'Alene. The cold front sweeps through the region. Still a few showers lingering until about 5 o'clock, but it should be a very nice evening. But those winds, as I mentioned, going to be picking up a little bit breezy as we head overnight into Tuesday morning. Those winds start to die down and continue out of the region as we usher in warmer air as we head late Tuesday into Wednesday, and lots of sunshine back in the forecast. So the rest of today, temperatures into the low 40s. A few scattered showers are a possibility. We've got that yellow bar in place just for that isolated snow shower, because it is possible, especially further east. You get into western Montana. Kalispell today, 42 degrees, still 50 into the Tri-Cities as well as Wenatchee. And then we've got sunshine on the way. Our coldest day of the next 7 is going to be Tuesday, 34 degrees. A little bit of wind in the morning, but sunshine in the afternoon. And Clyde, look at those temperatures. I know you're excited. Temperatures into the mid-50s as we head towards the weekend.
Yeah, man, I'll take it. Thanks. Coming up in your morning rush, straight ahead on the Wake Up Show. Why are we talking about Samsung? Well, good news. They finally have an answer to the iPhone 6. We'll tell you about it.
It's getting better all the time. I used to get mad at my school. I can't complain. The teachers that taught me weren't cool. I can't complain. They're holding me down, turning me around, filling me up with your rules.
Welcome back. It's time for your morning rush. Roads are becoming extremely dangerous in some areas as severe winter storms hit the East Coast on the east side of the United States. Snow and ice continue to pack the streets, causing dangerous road conditions. Icy conditions are expected for much of the East Coast for the morning commute as temperatures dip into the teens. Right now, the St. Baldrick's Foundation is sorting through a lot of hair after their annual head shaving event in Syracuse. The event focuses on raising money for pediatric cancer research. This year's event raised nearly $500,000. And today, SpaceX is preparing for its next rocket launch mission after the Falcon 9 rocket made its 16th launch carrying commercial communications satellites. The launch happened yesterday, and it's the first time a private company has launched 2 of the satellites at one time. And Samsung has revealed its latest creation. It's called the Galaxy S6, and it was unveiled at an event in Barcelona over the weekend. The new phone comes with lightweight metal casings and Gorilla Glass, along with a new camera and wireless charging. It's 5:56, and here is a look at what you can expect today.
Rising into the low 40s as we head towards the afternoon. A few scattered showers with the potential for snow. That's coming up at around 4 or 5 this afternoon. Stay warm out there today.